Here's another serging tip for you. I know knits can be intimidating to sew or to serge, but they're really fast and easy. The big thing is to make sure that you get your stitch right. First of all, choose your right needle. Quite often, I'll change to a stretch needle or a ballpoint just to use knits because it pierces the fabric without ruining it. So let me show you some tips for serging knits. Here I've made a couple of scarves. You can whip these up so fast, but here is how it should look. This is a 4-thread overlock. See how that stretches? The importance of that is when you make something knit, if it's a garment, you have to get it over your head. So if this doesn't stretch, you're gonna rip out your stitches. Now look at this right here. That looks a little messy. Now if you're trying to gather, okay, that would be okay, but let's just say that was your stitch. That is not what you want. So let me show you a few things on the serger, what you can tweak and make sure that your serging is perfect. First of all, when you're getting ready to do this, you can use a 4-thread or a 3-thread. Quite often you might hear me say I use a 3-thread wide overlock. It's a little less bulk, but it's not as strong as the 4-thread, so it depends what you're using this for. Another thing, you've seen me use this knob up here quite often. This will adjust the presser foot up and down. I usually loosen it just a little bit and test the stitch because you want the fabric to flow right through without stretching. So a couple more things. The stitch length, I usually leave at a 3.0, but again, it depends on your fabric. And the differential feed, that's the key with sewing knits. So let's just do a regular stitch. And I'm just gonna go a little ways here. And that looks pretty good. I want to adjust the differential feed and show you something. If you were to turn it all the way up to 2.0, now what that's doing is that's changing how the feed dogs run with your fabric. Look at what happens. You end up with all those wrinkles I was talking about. So when you're serging knits, you're gonna serge exactly like you do regular fabrics, except you're gonna really pay attention to the presser foot, but most importantly to the differential feed. If you find that your fabric's wrinkling, it's the differential feed. So I hope you'll find those tips useful. Enjoy serging with knits.